Talking Luther College men's soccer with head coach Chris Garcia-Prats, and the way it worked out, Coach, you only had one competition last week. It was against McAllister here at home. Finally, nice to play on the home pitch. Ended up being a tight, competitive game, and exciting finish with JW finding John at the end for the game-winning goal late.
Yeah. McAllister did a great job. They played the day before, and our goal obviously was to kind of get on top of them, and they got on top of us. And Greg did a great job in terms of preparing his kids for the game. I think our kids were really amped to play at home, and maybe too amped, and I don't know if it just zapped kind of the energy out of them for some reason. It was kind of an interesting, the kids just, their approach up to this point has been really good. Last week we talked about our mentality being so positive, and we just kind of couldn't get rolling. And McAllister, I think, did a great job of kind of getting on top of us and create a lot of challenges for us in the first half. And, we were able to get into halftime and kind of regroup a little bit and talked about some of the things that are really important to us as a program and as a team. And I felt like our kids did a great job of starting the half really well, got on top of them, to go up 2-1. JW actually, didn't think it was his best game of the year, but statistically it was. But I think we let them back in the game, or maybe they got themselves back in the game. I thought we let them back in the game a little bit. And then just kind of John's done a great job of kind of making something out of nothing. He's kind of that type of player. He can score goals really out of nothing. He did it at Augsburg. He does it again against McAllister. Finds a way to kind of put the team on his back and score a big-time goal.
Is it a positive thing knowing the fact that it probably wasn't your best performance of the season, but your kids still found a way to win on Sunday?
Yeah, I think so. In the past, James Garcia-Prats, who's now our assistant, he's had 4 years of playing with us the last couple of years. He said in the past, we typically lost those games, or maybe drew them. And so, I think there's something to that. I think there's something to having the quality of players that can kind of eke out a result. And soccer is like that. We've been on the other side of it, playing really well, and then someone from the opposition kind of goes and wins the game for them. And so, there's only a couple outcomes that can happen, and you lose, you tie, you win, and we were able to win. I think the goal is we've got to look at that performance. We've got to look at the things that maybe we didn't do as well, and really iron those out as we move forward this week.
And you're in a stretch of time now where you've had pretty much practices and not a lot of competition. What does that allow you to work on that if you're getting ready for maybe 2-3 games a week, you wouldn't have the opportunity to do? Yeah,
last week was a little interesting. We didn't, we were preparing for a midweek with Platteville, and kind of due to the, couple inches of rain, and we weren't able to play that game. So that kind of changed a little bit of the rhythm of what we were planning for the week. Didn't train as hard on Tuesday as we would have, knowing that we were going to play Wednesday, and so, we didn't change, we didn't move that game until Wednesday morning. So that kind of changed a little bit of the rhythm of our week. But, with this week, we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We travel on Friday to head up to Superior. We'll push the kids, and push the kids pretty hard this week with 2 big-time games on the weekend. I think we maybe tapered things off a little bit too early last week in preparation for the McAllister game, and I think that may have had something to do with kind of coming out a little bit flat. So we're going to push the guys pretty hard this week.
And that Platteville game, you're making that up here in a couple of weeks, is that correct?
October 9th. Yep, it'll be a Thursday. We had an open week, looking into things that worked out well for them too. So we'll go out to their place and actually play at the facility, due to the tornado that kind of ran through town earlier this summer. Their stadium wasn't ready for our game, but it will be ready on October 9th.
And this weekend, you head up north. You take on Wisconsin Superior Saturday. Tell us about the challenges they face.
Extremely physical team, extremely athletic. Got some really good players. Got a couple D1 transfers that have come into there. Joe Mooney, who I've done some camps with, has done a great job of really creating a good, positive environment with their team. And they're playing everybody. They're playing all the top dogs right now. Maybe not getting some of the results that they're wanting, but they're tight. Just lost to St. Thomas, who's the #1 team in our region, 1-0. And so they're going to give us a test. I think we play on in their new facility, or at least a facility they've kind of been out of for the last couple of years, and they're back in it. So they're going to be buzzing, about playing, on their home facility, and it should be a great game.
And then you go back-to-back, going to Carleton on Sunday. What do you expect out of Carleton?
Yeah, very good. You know, they're MIAC champs over the last couple years. Didn't win it last year, but were made it into the playoffs again last year, into the NCAA national tournament. They graduate some key kids, but they bring back some key kids, and so they're a little bit like us. They graduate some key kids, but I know they've got some kids in the depths there. Started off a little bit slow, but they're one of the best programs in the country, and they'll create us some problems, but we'll create them some problems as well on their home field.
All right, hopefully the positive results keep coming this weekend, Coach. We wish you best of luck.
Thanks, Darren.
Chris Garcia Prats talking Luther College men's soccer.